A Boeing 777 takes off after midnight with 239 people on board. 40 minutes later, the captain says one calm sentence. "Good night, Malaysian 370, and then the plane disappears. No distress call. No emergency transmission, no mayday, just a vanishing so complete. It forces the world to hunt for a ghost across an entire ocean. And here's the part that still feels impossible. Over a decade later, the main wreckage has never been found. This isn't just a missing plane. This is Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 Kuala Lumpur to Beijing vanished on March 8, 2014. Airplanes don't just go missing. Not in the modern era. Not with satellites, radar, radios, and global tracking. So how did MH370 become the biggest aviation vanishing in history? After that final radio sign-off, key tracking data disappears, meaning the aircraft becomes dramatically harder to follow. No mayday, no engine failure call. No, we're going down. Just silence. And silence at 35,000 feet is never normal. Investigators later concluded the flight did not continue normally to Beijing. Instead, evidence pointed to the aircraft deviating from its planned route, setting off years of debate over why and how it happened. And then comes the strangest clue of all. Even after MH370 vanished from normal tracking, investigators used satellite communications data often described as handshakes to narrow down possible routes. That data led to a terrifying conclusion. The aircraft likely ended far out in the southern Indian Ocean, along what search teams call the seventh arc, which sounds precise. Until you realize the arc is still a massive stretch of ocean. It's like saying, we know the truth is somewhere on this line. In the darkest water on Earth, what followed became one of the largest and most expensive search efforts in aviation history. Malaysia, Australia, and China led a huge seabed search scanning vast underwater terrain that can be miles deep, rough, and unforgiving. And then, a year later, the ocean finally gave the world something. Not the plane, but pieces. Debris linked to MH370 began washing up on shores across the Indian Ocean region, proof the aircraft was lost, but not proof of where. So the world had fragments, but still no final answer. Here's what makes MH370 so haunting. A crash site usually ends the story. A black box usually ends the theories. But without the main wreckage, every explanation stays trapped in the possible. Official reporting over the years has acknowledged multiple scenarios, including the possibility of deliberate diversion and unlawful interference not being ruled out, while the exact cause remains unconfirmed without wreckage evidence. And that uncertainty is exactly why MH370 never leaves people's minds. Because the truth is out there, somewhere under pressure, darkness, and distance, still untouched. And now, after years, there's renewed momentum. Malaysia announced that deep-sea search operations will resume on December 30th, 2025, planned for 55 days, focused on areas assessed to have the highest probability of locating the aircraft. The search is being conducted by marine robotics firm Ocean Infinity under a no-find, no-fee arrangement, meaning they're paid only if they locate the wreckage. It's hope. With a deadline? A race against weather, depth, and the most silent place on Earth. So what do you think happened to MH370? Was it mechanical, human, or something we still haven't imagined? And if the ocean finally gives up the wreckage, what truth do you think it will reveal? Comment your theory below. And subscribe to Secrets You Never Knew, because the next disappearance might be even bigger than the one the world is still chasing.